You've probably driven by one of these massive but very nondescript data centers. We all rely on the digital services these facilities provide, but very few of us understand how they actually work, much less get a chance to see the inside. So Scripps News got rare access to get a tour of this Digital Realty data center campus here in Dallas, Texas, to take you with us to see what's really going on behind these incredibly secure walls. A single file turnstile, card swipes, and a biometric scan. And once you're inside with the vast expanse of servers, you have to be careful around the surrounding cages. Just touching one of them sets off a building-wide alarm. This security and secrecy essential to store, process, and protect all of the data we use every day.
It's a burgeoning requirement that more and more of the digital economy is based on infrastructure that lives in data centers. At the same time, you see the emergence of AI. AI has become a core part of what's driving a lot of the utilization.
Colin McLean is the Chief Revenue Officer at Digital Realty, one of the world's largest data center platforms, with 300 plus properties across more than 50 cities globally. When you stream a show, pay for groceries, or ask an AI chatbot a question, your data is taking a trip. Think of data centers like digital airports, directing and processing billions of data flights every second all around the world.
When people hear cloud, they think about some object in the ether. Cloud has to physically live somewhere, and it lives in data centers.
This particular data center campus spans 1.3 million square feet.
Yeah, you get your steps in.
But not all data centers look or work the same way. Some, like the one we visited, are like office buildings for data. Multiple companies rent space and share the infrastructure. These are co-location data centers. Big tech giants like Google often build and run their own private facilities, known as hyperscale data centers. Inside, the space is divided into data halls, filled with towers of servers. The more closely the servers can be stacked, the more productive the square footage. That loud hum you're hearing isn't the servers themselves. It's actually hundreds of fans powered by industrial-sized air conditioners. Without them, these machines could overheat and fail, and that could damage the backbone of our digital economy. An enormous amount of electricity is needed to both power servers and supply those cooling systems. The center we visited actually runs on 100% renewable energy, but also has backup diesel generators.
We've got 24 generators that support the 6 data halls. These kick in the event there's a failure inside or there's a utility failure, but our clients really demand and expect resiliency as a tip-top requirement.
Quite the contingency plan.
Indeed.
There are currently more than 10,000 data centers globally, more than half of them housed in the U.S., with forecasts predicting demand for data centers could triple by 2030, increasing power usage to nearly 220 gigawatts. That's enough to power roughly 180 million homes. Some communities are pushing back on new data center construction over that energy usage, which is driving higher utility bills in some regions and pulling from local water resources for cooling purposes. I mean, how much more growth can we expect in this industry?
We feel like AI is just the beginning stages, and quite honestly, digital transformation is really just now emerging with enterprises. Most enterprises have a majority of their infrastructure still living in their data centers, which can't support the density or the cooling requirements needed with the next wave of fill-in-the-blank chip. So we think the demand principles are pretty strong.
Maura, Barrett, Scripps News Group, Dallas.